He discovers a boy, little hawker boy, who is a displaced boy, and his own son is a motherless child, recently lost his mother. And Alexandro, had to come and shoot in India, and the son was very upset, lost his mother. But for his school exams, he can't really accompany his father for the trip to India. So you have a motherless child in Italy, and finally in the course of the journey we find the story of Lala. He's a child who has no motherland. So I think it's a very interesting parallel between East and the West, but human beings are same, barring some cultural differences and historical sort of context is different. So this is about the film, and you must have seen the film. It was also our own journey, and I tried to create a metaphor, and also in the film, it's not a storytelling. In my film, you will find the structure is sometimes linear, sometimes non-linear, sometimes about imagination, because even in the past you find the present enters. So I think that cinematic experience, and cinema has that power. Cinema can manipulate time like anything. You can tell a story of 500 years in 2 hours. You can tell a story of 2 hours in 2 hours. A good example is Kanchenjunga, a race film. You can tell a story of 5 minutes in 5 hours. And you have made a film, 8 hours long film about a man sleeping. So that's a great power of cinema. So I think cinematic time is the most important thing, because technology has completely changed from analog to digital, and change of technology means change of perception, both of the filmmakers and the audience as well. So this time is very important for me as a filmmaker. I really don't want to tell a story. A lot of people say, oh, this filmmaker is a great storyteller. What storyteller? You have to become a cinema teller, not storyteller. Because cinema itself tells a story in its own way. And a serious audience should look at the cinema, read the cinema like you read a very good literature. You have to read and also understand what is there between the lines. In cinema, we have so many nuances between the lines. Marcello shouts, Paula! Paula! And Paula, a girl, can't hear anything, only you can hear the sound of sea waves. Later we interpreted Paula is like Umbrian angel. So this is very interesting. In cinema, you read again, try to explain, understand what is there between the lines. That's all for the moment. Now you carry on.
Thank you, Goutam Ghose. That was a master class. It was wonderful. Would you please tell us, are you in school? What are you doing? Which class are you in?
So I am from Indore, and my name is Aryan Badkul, and I study in 8th class and in Shishganj International School, and I am very into acting. And when I was a little, like 2 years back, I got a call from the ma'am, which told me that I had to give an audition and about a movie, and I didn't know how big the movie was or what about it was all. And then I got my dad. he shot me some scenes, and I was in shorts and undershirt which was all torn and all. So my dad didn't tell me what my role was. I gave the audition, and I gave many auditions, and my dad sent it to them. And then after after a bit, they called me to meet me face to face. And then Gautam sir created a bond with me, which I really don't want to forget at all. And he inspired me to do this movie. He is. I am very grateful to him. And uh, where I was selling goods, and two men came which they actually thought I was selling goods, and they gave me 500 rupees. And then after the scene was over, I went, they gave it, I went back, I gave them the money, and they said, what is happening? They said, this is just a movie shoot, I'm not doing it in real life.
I met Sergio about 9 years ago. And I spent days and days, hours and hours to listen to a story he had about India, because as you know, he came many times in India. So through all those hours, I was trying to capture the love he has for India. And then he told me about the story about the Narmada, about, many dams were built through the years and was a huge damage for the river. I started to read books. I went to Google Art to see where Narmada starts living and when ends on the other side near Mumbai. So I was getting an idea about this beautiful river. But then when I came here, we went to shoot a few scenes in marble rock. And it was amazing because I was going on set and I start to hear the noise from the river. Shh, I saw crystal water.
And especially in cinema, they can give so much as they have given, and now we are together for the first time official through this film. It was not easy, as Goutam has mentioned it. COVID has been a terrible difficulty on the top of the not easy way to co-produce a film, because you have to understand about so many things. But at the end, after the COVID, we had the great gift of God of meeting these gentlemen who have been really fundamental for completing. You can imagine my anxiety. We had shot in Italy, then COVID, so I resisted 3 years, with all the difficulty to keep alive a production without having the possibility to shoot the second most important part in India. Nevertheless, the moment came, my co-producer came into Sukanka and got, the joy to meet Mr. Sandeep and Jitu, and of course, Jitendra Adapa, yes, but now friendly is Jitu. So, and I must say that apart of the fact that I have loved very much the film, there is something which has really touched my heart, in the sense that, of course, I knew many things, having come in India for the post-production and following the different editions that Goutam was taking on and all that.